Hi there, Casey Hager, founder, speaker, and instructor for 401 Humanity. I just wanted to welcome you today and just talk to you a little bit about what it is to move through fear. Fear can be crippling. It can just stop you in its tracks. I started teaching when I was a kid, actually, because what I would do is I'd make puppets for classes and read stories to the younger elementary school kids using the puppets and things like that. Went to college, got a teaching degree, and got into the teaching field a little bit and realized that wasn't exactly what I was looking for as far as teaching was concerned. And then I decided that I was going to do some seminars and do some guest speaking for different groups, and always loved that because I loved watching the energy and the excitement build in people, and that excitement then carried over to me, and I just really loved that. Turns out that over the last 8 years I've run into a lot of bumps in the road, just pretty much like everybody, and at work I ended up falling out of the back end of a truck and breaking my knee, and then a couple years later I got laid off from that same job. And then after 16 months of being laid off, finally found another job, only to find that I needed to go through bankruptcy and get myself clear of a lot of different things. And if that wasn't a big fear, I don't know what was. And then, to 5 weeks ago, well, as you can see, shoulder surgery. All these things slowing me down, and I thought it was for me to regroup and think my life through. Well, okay, so I'm thinking my life through, and I'm thinking to myself, why am I so fearful about what I really love? And my real passion is to teach. So why am I frozen in fear? Can I even name it? Well, no, I can't even give you a definition as to what it is that's really stopping me except fear. So, I kind of look at it as if it's kind of like an ice rink in my head, and I've got all this movement or all this time and space or the illusion of space to move around and do different things and explore a little bit. But when you step back and look at the rink, you're all in one little space. You don't really move out of that, and you don't venture to find something new or something that's exciting. It's all familiar. So what I had done is I had created this little space for me that's just familiar, but it's not life-giving either. Sorry to my ice skating and hockey fans out there. It just seemed to be a really good illustration. So anyway, what is fear? Well, first of all, can fear be an inspiration? And I think it can. So I'm calling this the inspiration of fear. What does it take to move through that fear? Well, first you need to define it. And what I do with that is, you may have heard this before, but some of you haven't. Fear is an acronym to me. And what it means is false evidence appearing real. What is it that's stopping you? It's something you think you see. It's not even there. It's not even real. It's something, it's that old fight or flight. The cortisol that builds up in your system and says, I gotta stop or I've gotta go. But it doesn't give you an explanation for what really is stopping you. The next thing I'd like you to consider, take small steps. Do something. Doesn't matter what. What can you do that's easy for you to accomplish? For me, it's getting up in front of this camera and saying, hey, I can do this. I can actually make sense. And the other thing is it doesn't have to be perfect. Perfection's for the creator. Somebody else may see it as perfect. That's great. But it doesn't have to be letter perfect in order to be an influence for somebody else. The next step is start with something that's familiar. For me, it's kind of teaching. I like to get in front of people, and I like to, give people ideas and help them develop ideas. And so this is what I like to do. I like to start with something that's familiar. From there you can reach to new and different things. And then you can really stretch yourself into something that almost feels like a big leap. But what you're doing is you're taking it by little steps. The next step, always move forward. No matter what you do, you can't change the past. It has helped you become who you are. But you can't do anything about what's back there. You've got to move forward. You have to keep moving instead of staying put, instead of being stuck in that ice rink. Find the door. Find the gate. Step out. One step at a time. You don't have to make it a big long journey right off the start. One step at a time, but move forward. And the last thing is pay attention to your dreams. Dreams are important because they're part of what sparks you, what drives you. I can look through magazines and all of a sudden I've got a new dream of something I would like to have, or maybe that leads to me planting a different kind of garden this year instead of planting the regular one that I have. But pay attention to what it is your dreams are. They're like a light that lights your path up and helps you find your way. It gives you clues. It gives you something to hold on to that's a driving force. And that's important. So I hope you found this to be interesting today and of help to you, because I know when I figured this out for me, it was like somebody had opened a new door or given me a key to a new door that I could open. Have a wonderful day. And if you feel so inclined, share this with a friend, because I'm sure everybody has something they can move through, and you can be inspired by your fears. Until I see you next time, may happiness and kindness bless you. Bye.